So today I'm going to review this Fired Up Selling book by, well, I'm not sure who wrote it, but it's a business book that sort of goes through the stages of selling. So when you're getting started, even before you get started, when you're doing the selling, when you succeed, and how to keep going. So it's kind of broken up into different parts. And so I was thinking, I'll just read a couple quotes and then we'll take it from there. 324. To select the very best quotes, more than 1,000 quote judges from around the world rated 1,005 quotes for the Fired Up Selling project. 324 made the book. And they share a quote here. Everyone lives by selling something. Robert Louis Stevenson. That reminds me of Grant Cardone. He says, no matter what, you have to sell. And if you really think about it, if you're at school, you have to sell why your homework is the best and whatnot based off of your work. If you're at work, if you're getting hired, you have to sell why they should hire you. If you're starting a business, you have to sell why so-and-so should, buy from you and work with you and network with you. You have to sell. You have to, and there's 1,000 different ways to do it. I like to take the Ricky Carruth approach. He's pretty much a real estate mentor, so to speak, and he helps realtors succeed. And his way of teaching is, or you find and plant, essentially. You cultivate a relationship. You reap the rewards at the end. Once, obviously, a tree is built, the fruits of your labor are yours to keep. Like, if you guys have ever seen the Free State of Jones movie with Matthew McConaughey, it's a good one. All right, this book is for everyone who wants to live a fired up life. And a fired up person has a can-do attitude, contagious enthusiasm, boundless optimism, a courageous heart, and phenomenal perseverance. Also, another thing I was thinking about when I was falling asleep yesterday was, if you really think about it, when we're growing up, going through school, punctuations at the end of sentences, you have a period, you have a question mark, and you have an exclamation mark. So what does that mean? Sentences, hey, how are you? Hey, how are you? It may come off fake or phony, but that exclamation mark essentially accentuates how you say something. And I guess a lot of people nowadays are so kind of in their heads on Facebook and social medias, and social media is doing the opposite of actually making you more social to making you less social, and then you're ordering food online and you don't want to talk to the person. And get out there and express who you are, and who cares if people think it's fake? Who gives a shit? I'm going to read a couple from each chapter, but I'm definitely going to read these quotes here in the beginning. There is a destiny that makes us brothers. None goes his way alone. What we put into the lives of others comes back into our own. Edwin Markham. Every second, every moment counts. Every single one. You may not think it does, but there's always a cause and effect. For Spencer Hayes, who taught me fired up selling and changed my life forever. Ray Bard. Okay, so the sections. Think big. Okay, so think big. Think about it. Here's Earth, and the universe is all of this and more. Think big. Think big. Get going. Actually start doing something. Keep going. A lot of people stop. Make the sale. Make the sale. I just closed on a house yesterday. My brother did. We went to closing. It didn't happen overnight. Made the sale, and you succeed. And then lastly, a stronger, better you. So it's already a couple minutes in here. I'll read a couple quotes from everyone. So think big. We either make ourselves miserable or we make ourselves strong. The amount of work is the same. Carlos Castaneda. And if you really think about it, that is true. How? It's the questions we ask ourselves. Ask yourself a question right now, which is a disempowering one. Why do I suck? And your brain's going to give you those answers. Now, don't believe it, because we're going to ask ourselves, why am I amazing? Why am I an amazing person? Why are you amazing? Oh yeah, you know it. Stick to that belief. Let that cloud your mind, not the other. But life is a balance. So, attitude is your ultimate energy source for a better life. Having a good attitude. Sometimes people don't have a good attitude. People have bad days. But if you try and hold this in for the most part, I think that makes a better world. Barbara Babbitt Kaufman. Attitude is your ultimate energy for a better life. Let me find one here that I think is interesting. Oh, so this one I have and I've had on my Instagram profile forever. And it's whatever your mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Napoleon Hill. And it's got a picture of a house built on like a rock in the middle of some water. So it's kind of crazy if that is a real location. All right. And then we got another one. Sometimes your only available transportation is a leap of faith. You'll see it when you believe it. Wayne Dyer. Believe you can, and you're halfway there. Theodore Roosevelt. So think big. Now get going. Nobody cares if you can't dance well. Just get up and dance. Dave Barry. Everyone has to get good at one of two things. Planting in the spring or begging in the fall. If we wait until we're ready, we'll be waiting for the rest of our lives. Lemony Snicket. If you risk nothing, then you risk everything. Gina Davis. That's a good one. Oh, this one I've heard a lot. You can't steal second base and keep your foot on first. Frederick Wilcox. You just can't. That's the game. All right, keep going. Vince Lombardi. I'm from Appleton, Wisconsin, so Green Bay, Wisconsin's close. The Vince Lombardi Trophy. He coached the Green Bay Packers. The real glory is being knocked down to your knees and then coming back. How about that? How about that? About Rocky Balboa? Come on, man. Rocky Balboa. It's you get knocked down and you keep getting up, right? You keep moving forward. Let's see. I know she's controversial, but hey, I love her series. And honestly, I think she's awesome. Be that as it may, rock bottom became the solid foundation on which I rebuilt my life. J.K. Rowling. You can blow out a candle, but you can't blow out a fire. Peter Gabriel. No matter how you feel, get up, dress up, and show up. Regina Brett. If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you keep moving forward. Martin Luther King Jr. You know, that's grit right there. All right, let's go to make the sale, okay? Here's the thing. If you choke, keep going. It don't matter. If you don't ask, you don't give them the opportunity to say yes. Jennifer Yu. Let me see. Come on. Compete with yourself, not with others. Sophia Amoroso. You can raise the bar or you can wait for others to raise it, but it's going to get raised regardless. Seth Godin. Sam Walton, the founder of Walmart. There's one boss, one customer, the customer. He can fire everybody from the chairman on down simply by spending his money elsewhere. Sam Walton. Why do you think they treat you so good at Chick-fil-A and keep the prices so low and make the food so tasty? Let me see here. Start working with your prospects as if they've already hired you. Jill Conrath. Every client you keep is one less that you need to find. Nigel Sanders. Let's see here. The 7 smartest words in the English language are, I don't know, but I'll find out. Larry Lucino. Go the extra mile, essentially. This one, there's no traffic jams along the extra mile. All right, let's get going here. Let's get going. How about this one here? One must learn to be silent, just as one must learn to talk. Virginia Woolf. They got that owl there. And now, time to succeed, baby. Making the simple complicated is commonplace. Making the complicated simple, awesomely simple, that's creativity. Charles Mingus. If you want something bad enough, you'll find a way. If not, you'll find an excuse. Nikki Keohohu. Winning isn't everything, but wanting to win is. Vince Lombardi. Doing the most important thing is always the most important thing. Gary Keller. The more credit you give, the better it reflects on you. Gail Evans. The best investment with the least risk and the greatest dividend is giving. John Templeton. You can't hire someone else to do your push-ups for you. Jim Rohn. How about that? It is not the mountain we conquer, but ourselves. Edmund Hillary. And of course, the number one quote in the book, people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget how you made them feel. Maya Angelou. That's something to think about, huh? How about this? There are two types of people in the world. Those who come in the room and say, well, here I am. And those who come into the room and say, ah, there you are. Frederick Collins. To be prepared is half the victory. Miguel de Cervantes. Ideas are worth nothing unless executed. They are just a multiplier. Execution is worth millions. Steve Jobs. A stronger and better you. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. Eleanor Roosevelt. Stand for something or you will fall for nothing. Rosa Parks. Change before you have to. Jack Welch. The most exhausting thing you can be is inauthentic. Anne Marie Lindbergh. I've never been poor, only broke. Being poor is a frame of mind. Being broke is only a temporary situation. Mike Todd. Empty pockets never held anyone back. Only empty hands and empty hearts can do that. Norman Vincent Peale. Be so good they can't ignore you. Steve Martin. Excellence is not a skill, it's an attitude. Ralph Martson. We are what we do repeatedly. Excellence, therefore, is not an act, but a habit. Aristotle. Person's main asset is themselves, so persevere and enhance yourself. Happiness is what you think, what you say, and what you do are in harmony. Mahatma Gandhi. Don't let other people tell you who you are. Diane Sawyer. And then lastly, I want to finish off with this moon, and it's John F. Kennedy. As we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them. And there you go. That is fired up selling. Get out there and succeed. Do it for you. Do it for others. Do it for your family. Do it for your future kids, your future wife, your future husband, your future loved ones. Do it for a better world. Get out there and succeed. Fired up selling. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Boom.